First and foremost, as we always do, because we would have to get this started off in a balanced way, not necessarily in a right way, but in a balanced way, because, there's always the left, and that is by touching and agreeing. Now, I'm going to give you something special here today because some have seen this and have went with it and say, okay, so they touch and agree, they hold their hands up like that. He says it's the universal symbol for infinite life and existence from our ancestors. I'm not sure where that's written at or anything, but hey, I'm with it, right? So people have dived in because our connection is not really, it's not that we need to have all these books and all these verifications all the time to say, hey, we're going to stand up and bear witness in front of each other and say, hey, I'm counted in this. Like, I definitely am here, namaste. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you, etc. But I will give it to you for the record today just so that you can see it, because it's everything about what we're going to be speaking into this evening, and that is the universal symbol, just so you know, of everlasting life was the hands outstretched as a human being. You see that? Because that's the top half of the aura. Right? And the top half of the aura is very important because, it all comes up from there. As you're going to see here in a moment, I'm going to show you not only diagrams, but proof on your power and of your existence, and also the way back to self, if you may. So just so you know that this is not something that we're just doing and it's something that we're just creating on our own. No, it is actually a universal symbol of our everlasting life. And when we know the order of magnitude, not the way that everybody thinks it is, but the way that it really is, and we know the order of magnitude, then we will move with that power continuously, and that will maintain itself as our nurturing, our nurturement, our medicine, anything that we need through infinity. Because even right now, even all these different solutions that man is presenting has never been really a solution. It's never really worked. But there is an internal solution that actually works and is the highest level beyond magic. And you're going to see that today. So I wanted to make sure that we began this anu, this connection that we have this year, by actually sending out this wholeness and balanced vibrations and then allowing it to flow back into us. So that you remember that when we open these spaces, that if you're ever in a position where you're feeling a little weird because somehow you succumb to whatever is going on around you and its anxieties and its pains and its fears and its lack of awareness, if you ever feel like you need that stimulus, this is where it comes from, because what you're seeing in front of you is an inexhaustible well. You're actually seeing in all of these reflections connections across the entire cosmos, and all in alignment and in unison with the awareness that together we are much more powerful. So no matter what, if we are to come together in truth, then we have to do that. We have to be together. We have to bring every single representative from the spectrum here into the space, into that agreement, because of course our children are here, our memories are here, our progeny is here, our creations are here inside of us. And we've bought these things here to share because we love each other and we have compassion for each other. So in beginning that, in that vein of things, also remember that we opened up a lot of these last year, and those are also still readily available. These are your fuel stations, as the new fuel in the universe is Aether. This is your Aether gas station. So here we go, without the high fees though, Ethereum. Honus. Okay, so the reason why when we outstretch the hands and it's the high, we raise them up, is because the higher chakra is still the interface. As you're seeing, the high chakra is the interface. So from the crown coming in, that literally is the actual energy coming in. It's your inspiration from on high. Let's look at that one more time. So you see how, one second. Let me shut him off. Give me 1 second. Got to do this the right way. Let's go back to it again. Turn it on. So you see how it's still like an inspiration is coming from the top, like seeding into the top of the head. So that area, that's why I told you, that area, that swirl that's in the top of your head is where you're getting your inspiration from. So this inspiration is basically your womb. You're becoming inseminated by your connection. So when your energy goes out, it goes all the way up through all the stars of the cosmos. Those are your nadis. So if everything is connected, that's what should be happening. The more you start putting stuff in categories, the less connection you have. So when all your energy field goes up, it connects in and pins in with the stars. And then it gets to all of that inspiration, which is really vitamins and minerals. That, you know, that's why the sky is like always cloudy, because our vitamins and minerals are generally light. Now we have to take them in a secondary substance, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, which is we got to go to the metals and the elements that are already in the as below chamber. But originally, all of our vitamins and nutrients actually came from not just the sun, not just the moon, but also all the stars. That's why there's a cycle of where the sun and the moon got to back off. The sun at a certain point has got to back off. The moon at a certain phase got to back off. And then all the stars come in. And as an ancient being completely exposed to this, all of your nadis are actually receiving the vibration and the frequency of the mineral. Right? Because we even have a set, you know, I'm going to take it apart again, but we have a frequency set that was in the Spooky 2 manual, which is the frequency generator machine. And it says that these are the frequencies of the minerals, right? And some people may not be able to connect that. Well, how could a frequency be a mineral? Well, because everything is a sound, but more importantly, sound is light. But you still need to put yourself into a condition where you can still be receptive to light in that way. But if we have categories and judgments, then we've shut down our entire light field. And I'm going to show how that really looks in occultism, how they explain that they're basically shutting down the light fields.